Hello, everybody. This is Kyrix. Today is Wednesday, December 30th of 2015. 2 days from the end of the year. And this is This Year in Kyrix. More than just my weekly special, we are back to Minecraft, because it's really the only game I can close out with. And you may notice that this looks nothing like any place you've seen me use before. That's because I've cut the crap for this episode. This episode, I'm showing off my own file. What you see is the very first save game I ever made for Minecraft, ever. Don't know why I'm so perky all of a sudden, but I really am. So yeah, this is my first attempt at an underwater home, and of course it started here. And this used to be all of the dwelling, and now it's just kind of the parlor, for lack of a better word. And it has branched out to, god damn it, get on the thing, to include so many other things, including this, where I plant my trees. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, I never need to leave this area. I have everything I need. But if I do leave the area and I don't want to get lost, oh look, here's a massive lava pillar that reaches to the sky so that I can't ever lose my way home. This is another recent feature that isn't quite implemented. You see, as I explore, as you've seen me do, every now and then I gotta kind of come up for air and get back and whatever. Well, when I do that, sometimes I come up in random places. Like this. You know? What? That's a thing? Let's correct that, shall we? Ooh. Anyway. Don't know why that's a thing, but let's correct that, shall we? Ah! Ladders all the way to the top. So yeah, I originally just made like little islands, and I'm like, you know what? Rather than swim to these friggin' things, how about I just, go completely stupid and make causeways to get to those islands, you know? So I did. Also, look at this frickin' canyon. This canyon is the exact reason why there's fences on either side of this, so I don't fall into that stupid canyon. But yeah, at the end of the year, I figured, since this is probably the last time you'll see me play Minecraft, rather than dig up one of my old worlds or start a completely new one, I'd show off what I got. My original world. This, of course, is a thing that's being constructed. It will eventually go to here and look just like the rest of it. See, even this is a work in progress, but it's a pretty massive one. And of course, this is what it looks like when I don't have everything in yet. But of course, I will. Keep in mind, there are no villages in this, because this was before I had any of the updates that have any of that fun stuff. Now, granted, some of the stuff that's retroactive, like, say, glass, I can use, but not villagers, because I've already explored all of this area. And I'm kind of avoiding the meat of this year in Kyrix by not talking about what happened this year in Kyrix. And, oh god, has it been a fucking year. And that's not necessarily a good thing. It's just kind of, a thing. Well, for starters, I have, as of yesterday, well, 2 days ago now, put in an application for McDonald's. We're going to see if anything comes of that. Hopefully it will. Why did I only do little bricks? I don't fucking know. I'm sure that makes sense in some context. I don't imagine what it was. I'm guessing that wasn't finished. Anyway, really? Hold on a moment. we got my mom's new replacement phone today, and she's called for literally the same question 6 times. Like, how do I get the keyboard up? Or she calls it the typewriter, and I told her, you don't. You just types. You get something that wants to be typed on, and you type on it. But anyway, yeah, I applied at McDonald's. Hopefully something will come of that, because I need an income. I'll get into that in a minute. Well, let me take a break here with my This Year in Kyrix and just kind of show this off real quick so that I can, indoor tree place. Every time I see this place, I think Godzilla, because I would listen to SF Debris do his Godzilla movie reviews while I was doing this. Or rooms similar to that. Treasure chest for pretty much everything I could want. My first real mine, which I don't know why I did that, but yeah, this place is pretty much cleared out. And then there's this thing. Not this thing. Where is it? Is it over here? It's been a while. This thing. My first experiment with minecarts. Whee! It took me about 6 hours of work to do this. To, in effect, save myself 2 minutes of walking. Personally, I think it's worth it. But yeah, I put in an application at McDonald's. I'm hoping something will come of that. I have still procrastinated on Snake Eater. I hate that game. I don't want to do that game. And John's like, well, it's not that big a deal. I told him, well, the whole Big Boss story revolves around it. He's like, well, there's only the one game. I'm like, no. There's like 4 games that depend on this one, and none of them make sense without it, so I kind of have to do it. You know? But, how do I... Shit! No! No! Want out! That's not gonna work, is it? Help! I'm trapped on this thing. I can't remember how to get out. See, I'm kind of avoiding the issue here. Okay. We've established the McDonald's thing. Let's backtrack through the year and find out how we got to this point. January I was talking about the move, hopeful about the move, found a great place, and it has been. It really has been. I really like it here. Location's perfect. I moved in with my niece, my roommate John, my mother, and Kisa, and of course my niece's dog Vanilla. And nope. Damn it. Oh, that's right. Damn it. Hold on. First I get this. Yaha. Then we'll do this one more time. Kind of. Okay. Get inside, duck out. Push. Push it back. Push it back. There we go. Take me back home. So yeah, we moved in here, and of course, everyone was getting along. Everything was great. John didn't have a job, but we were all hopeful, because there's so many stores here, you got Big Lots, you got Circle K, you got 1,000 freaking restaurants. Everything was going to be fine, and, well, if you're watching this, chances are you followed my series, and you know it's not what happened. It kind of fell the fuck apart. A year went by, John never got a job. He's actually leaving, going to be moving out of state, because both he wants to get away from my niece, and who the fuck could blame him? She's a complete bitch. And, he needs to get a job, and right now up north is one place where he's pretty much got one guaranteed, you know? So I hope he can get it. You know, I hope things work better for him there than it did here. And while it sucks not to have him, we're not really hurt by it because he paid food stamps in, but he didn't have actual money to contribute. No income. And it is going to suck not having him because we get along, we hang out, we play video games. And he does a lot of the cooking for the house, which was also good. But, again, getting ahead of myself, I gradually, as time went on, had a falling out with my niece, Kimmy. She got more controlling and less contributive, which is to say, she basically demanded special treatment with everything she did. She was lazy. She was a complete bitch. She treated me poorly, and John even worse. She got to the point where she wouldn't let anyone discipline her dogs. And as a result, since she's been kicked out and the dogs are still here, we've spent weeks basically breaking them of every bad habit she encouraged in them. Like, her excuse was, oh, Vanilla's too old. She can't learn new things. And we're like, bullshit. That dog is not too old to learn shit. And sure enough, as soon as she was gone, Vanilla started learning shit. But, here's the funny thing. To this day, she blames John for her getting kicked out. None of us can figure out why. It's like, you're the reason I got kicked out. No, you're the reason you got kicked out. Because I got sick of your shit. Matter of fact, if not for John, she'd have been thrown out ages ago. Because I'm done with her and her shit, you know? One of the last straws for me is when she told me I wasn't living with you, I was living with Grandma. I'm like, no, bitch, you were living with me. And as right now, my living room is a mess because of her, because, ooh, I do have horses. Yay, horses. Anyway, she got thrown out, but couldn't take her stuff yet, so all her stuff is still in my living room. Oh, hi. Hi. Fuck you. You're dead. Diamond sword, whore. Anyway, she, just gathered up, every day she'd go pass by the trash, never take out our trash, but she'd walk by the trash, both to walk her dogs, or for a walk, or just to raid for shit. Because she was an unapologetic dumpster diver. And granted, there are times when I've brought stuff home from the trash, and I promise you, all but the most upper class of you have done the same thing at some point in your life, where you've seen something at the dumpster, and you're like, wow, that thing shouldn't be thrown out, I'm taking that with me. You know? Like, I got a litter box from there. John was moving, and there was a suitcase thrown out that was still pretty good, so he has that, you know? Simple shit like that. But she'd bring home car seats. We don't have a car. She doesn't have any children. And her dogs won't sit in them. What does she need a car seat for? Answer, she doesn't. She's fucking nuts. But she has multiple car seats. At one point, she had like 4 or 5 of them. Maybe even 6. Now she has like 2. And she doesn't even need those. Gotta love these bottomless goddamn pits. Just out of nowhere. For no reason. It would take exactly one creeper to fuck this whole thing up. Anyway, I just got sick of her. And I begged her. I told her, please, clean something. I don't care what you clean, just clean something. Clean the living room, do the dishes, clean your own damn room. Do something. And she wouldn't. And even after she gets her stuff out and John helps me with stuff and then he moves out, it's probably still going to take me a couple weeks to reclaim this house. Because she had laundry fucking everywhere on the back porch and just trash and all. Oh my god, it's horrible out there. I don't go out there anymore. I used to. For the first couple weeks, I used to go out there all the time and hang out with them. And then it looks trailer trashy. It looks trailer trashy. Like, like you see things on TV of the really poor, low-class fucking trailer park people. That's what it looks like out there. It's just clutter and garbage and clothes and fucking no one gives a shit. And I'm ashamed of it. I was never ashamed of the trailer, but I'm ashamed of this fucking apartment. And it's all because of my niece. But she's gone, and hopefully come the first of the year, her stuff will be gone too. And then I can get my fucking house back. Hopefully I can either hear from or get a hold of McDonald's later today and find out if my application is accepted, if I'm going to get the job, I'm trying to get night shift. That is to say overnight, 10:30 to 5:30. 10:30 p.m., 5:30 a.m., That's the shift I want. That's the best shift for me because I'm nocturnal anyway, so I'm most alert during these hours. And on top of that, it's quiet and I don't have to deal with a lot of people, and no one else wants it. No one wants to work fucking overnights, but I do. I want to work that shift. I'd love to work that shift. And plus, there's less shit I can screw up if I'm working the overnights because I don't deal with customers on the level of everyone else. But we'll see. The fact that I'm on disability and thus they get incentives to hire me will be a big deal too, but there was nowhere to put that on the application, so I actually have to speak to them and say, hey, look, I'm on disability. We have 2 incomes in what should have been a 3-income apartment. It's amazing that I have kept the fucking utilities running for this entire year, given that we haven't been able to afford them most of the time. But I have. Oh, shout out to the Salvation Army, which put $100 towards my power bill this month. So thank you very much. Because of you, I will not lose my lights, because the 31st is my cutoff date. But I should actually get paid the 31st on my normal check because, the 1st is a holiday and the 2nd and the 3rd fall on a weekend. So it should default to coming on the 31st. So I'll just take the $93 that's remaining and pay it out of that. So again, thank you, Salvation Army, for helping me, and I really fucking needed it. I appreciate it. But yeah, if all goes well, I will have the night shift on McDonald's up to 4 nights a week. And I'll go up there, middle of the night, cross the street, go to McDonald's, do my job, come home, sleep. Feed the girls and sleep. With that, with the money I should make, assuming that I get decent hours and so on and so forth, I will, in the first month, just tank the power bill and the water bill, assuming I can't get assistance with that this month, because it's going to be rough anyway. I will get caught up on my Fingerhut bill that I have had to let slip because of the Medicaid issue, which I discussed already, but we'll do again. I will, let's see, power and water, I mentioned. Fingerhut, I mentioned. Got to get a bike. When I get the chance, I want to put money down on the cable so I can get them paid off. Though I'm still debating whether I'll have it turned on, because when we got my mother's phone today, it was brought to my attention that for a fairly minuscule amount of money, I could basically have unlimited internet off my phone instead of just a gigabyte a month and then just free dial-up, basically. that I could just go full bore, pay like $55 a month, and have internet off my phone. Unlimited data internet off my phone. Which, considering I was paying like $160 a month for cable, and this would be $55 a month for me to have internet, I might do it. I really might. But there's also the chance that I could get my credit cards and all that paid off, because I've had to let those slip because my main credit card fucked me over. They wouldn't give me an extension. Never had a day late in my life. And then I basically needed a 3-day extension because I was going to have money in 3 days. Like, nope, sorry, can't do it, can't even consider it. And I haven't been able to pay it since. So it's just kind of kept building and building, and late fees, you know? And then the other two had to slip because Medicaid took $314 out of my $700 check, leaving me freshly boned. So, we'll see what comes of that. And yes, that stretches as high as it possibly can. But yeah, I want to get my credit cards paid off. I want to get everything paid off. U-Haul is on the list because I still owe them from last February, you know. I want to pay off U-Haul so that that's done, and then I can get a storage shed, which I will then use to put all the stuff we're not using in this house in, so that I can then promptly reclaim my goddamn house and have a living room and have a bedroom and a closet again, and my mother can have a closet and a bedroom and all this other shit. And it's shameful that it's taken an entire year to even finish unpacking. Because because the plan was, John would get a job, and within like 3 checks, we'd have everything paid off, and we'd have a storage shed, and everything would be great. And that never happened. That island looks kind of like a horse from that distance. You know, the back and the tail and the head. It doesn't look like it now that the trees are coming defined, but it did. This is pretty cool to look at in the dark, though. So, and I told my friend, the HeroClix judge, who had a little tragedy of his own that I'll get into in a minute. I told him basically, here's my priorities: lights, water, finger hut, cable, credit cards. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. And speaking of which, you heard me mention feeding the girls. Well, those of you who watched from the start but haven't kept up recently for some reason may think, girls? What girls? Well, my cats. Well, I thought your cat was a boy. My cat was a boy. My baby, my Kisa, my little kitty. Sadly, I lost him in October. And I don't mean lost like, oh, he ran away. No, he died. It was, he had what looked like a boil on his chin, and I described it to the vet, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like feline acne. And I looked up some stuff from feline acne, and it looked like that. But he started getting real sick. He wasn't eating, so I took him in. They gave him antibiotics. I had to borrow money from 3 different friends. I've paid off one of them. And my Easter sheep, a little Easter-colored fur, and other things. But yeah, this is my sustainable food. Anyway, he was doing so good, and then one day I'm sitting here, because I had him in his box, because he likes his box, it's calming, he can't hide from me in his box, and nothing can mess with him in there. So it wasn't cruel, though I do feel horrible that he basically ended his life pretty much in that box. But I heard him kind of cry, moaning, kind of like, oh. And I heard him like twice, and I got up, and he started coughing, and I pulled him out, and he's coughing real bad, and I give him to Mom, and she's trying to basically give him CPR, and he just stopped breathing, and then he was gone. And I got him cremated that night because like I told my friend, because he offered basically to do the cremation and to take me there. I said, can we do it tonight? Because there's no way I can have him basically dead in my house overnight, because I don't think it would, I don't think I could have handled it. I really don't, even now. But my friend recently lost his beagle, whose name I can say, Gizmo. I always liked Gizmo. He's kind of old, kind of a derpy little dog, but Gizmo was almost 16 years old, and my friend is the same age as me, 33. Do that math. He grew up with that fucking dog. And I feel horrible for him, and for about a week, I just left him alone. I texted him, told him, hey, if you need me, I'm here, and then just let him have his space. Let him recover. Let him heal. Because I just went through that not 2 months ago. I know what that's like. And each person has their own thing. Like, I threw myself back into my LPs because I needed something to focus me. And apparently, he just needed a couple days to grieve. But, he actually made a request of me that I might, well, I'm going to try, but I might try and fulfill it soon. Years ago, like 2-3 years ago, at this house, I believe, the one he's in now. No, it was at the house he used to live in, so it had to have been about 3, maybe 4 years ago. He had one of his first retro nights where we go over there. This might have been the New Year's party, but I don't know. But he had like 5 or 6 other people there, including his wife's brother and a whole bunch of his friends, and me. And he just had a bunch of game systems in there, and everyone's playing Nintendo and Super Nintendo and Sega and shit. And it was a blast. Like, one of our friends almost ran through Super Mario 2. He got all the way up to like 7-1 and just fucking lost all his lives and continues. Another couple of them just kept running through Punch-Out. We did Contra. And I noticed one of his friends was playing Dick Tracy and playing it very poorly. And as a kid, I always loved that game. I rented it a lot. And at one point, I think from a flea market, I bought it. So I owned that game for a while. And keep in mind, I've never beaten it. Even with Game Genie, I never fucking beat that game. But turns out, even after all these years, I was still pretty fucking good at it. And I proceeded for the next hour and a half to just blaze through Dick Tracy all the way up to like the 4th or 5th case. And everyone's just kind of stunned at this. And he's like, I kind of want to see you do Dick Tracy. I was like, yeah, me and my wife want to see you do Dick Tracy. We'd watch that. I'm like, okay, I'll make it a point to do it. I'll try. I can't guarantee I'll beat it, but I'll give it a fucking try, So expect that soon. A little retro video of me playing Dick Tracy for the NES. A lot of ups and downs this year. I mean, I made some new friends. Several new friends. My new friend who I got Winkles from. She's the one who's been living in her car. A friend of mine who works at McDonald's. I've hung out at his house a couple times. Played video games. Probably still going to fairly soon. It's just the matter of I don't know his schedule and he doesn't answer his texts. That kind of thing. But I do like hanging out with him. I love gaming with him. It's a lot of fun. I've pretty much been living in McDonald's lately. I've been up there almost every day, if not every day, to do internet stuff. My YouTube channel would be dead pretty much right now if not for McDonald's and free internet. I am looking to start doing D&D again. Because I used to, for a while, go up there every fucking day. With like 2 exceptions. I had one day that I didn't play anything. And it was Sunday for a while, and then it was Saturday. And I didn't do Tuesday because I was doing clicks, But now I'm basically going back up there Mondays. I might be running a game Tuesdays. So I'm trying to get back into stuff. Been doing Star Trek tournaments. I'm pretty much out of HeroClix now. But, wow, I've been staring at this wall. I better give you guys something to fucking look at, huh? Food. See, I'm done with clicks, and our gaming store has moved. It no longer is where it used to be. It actually moved near the other gaming store. Love this place, I really do. I may not have much to do here anymore, but I'm still so pleased every time I see this place, because this is so much work that I've done. This is before I knew anything about Minecraft. Almost everything, every new thing I learned was tested here, you know? Like, you won't believe the trial and error it took to do a simple thing like run this fucking track all the way there. Oh, sorry about the coughing. But yeah, I now have 3 cats and my mother has 1. Currently, we have 3 dogs in the house. Soon we will have 0 because my niece is taking them back. I love those dogs, but I will be so glad when they're not here anymore. Because for some reason, they're no longer housebroken. And none of us can figure out why. So they basically get caged at night because every chance they get, they shit on the carpet. And that's inexcusable. You know? But, 2016 is looking to be a great year for my channel. Hopefully, just as good a year for me. I'm really hoping, because this... I think it was Steve Harvey saying that this poll is wearing my ass out. I just... Yeah. It's just the poor. I just can't... being this fucking broke all the time. I live behind a Domino's Pizza. I live across the street from a McDonald's. On the other street is not 1, not 2, but 3 diners and restaurants. I have never for myself ordered a single pizza. My niece and my roommate have ordered some for me when they got their money and they bought food for the house. I pay for McDonald's maybe once or twice a month. And I use the Steals app to get things like a small fry or the occasional extra value meal. And I haven't eaten at any of those diners or restaurants. And that's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. Now, if I didn't want to eat at them, that's one thing. And I'm not really much of a diner guy or a restaurant guy, but you know what? It would be nice if I woke up on December 23rd, my birthday, reached into my pocket and said, oh, I got some money. You know what? I'm going to go to that diner. I'm going to get me some eggs. I'm going to get me some bacon. And then, you know what? I'm going to do nothing but eat out today. So I'm going to go get a Domino's pizza for lunch. And then for dinner, I'm going to eat 2 extra value meals and just fucking be sore as shit when I get home. From just an aching tummy. But no, what actually happens is anytime I spend money, I just feel so guilty about it. Like, oh, this money could have been socks. This money could have been cat litter. This money could be anything later in the month. And I'm buying a sandwich with it. And sometimes you just gotta treat yourself. And you shouldn't have to feel guilty about fucking treating yourself. And I want to have enough money so that if I decide that I want to fucking order a pizza, I can order a pizza. If I want to go to McDonald's, I can go to McDonald's and eat. I want to go to Long John Silver's and get a fucking family-sized treasure chest meal and eat that thing over the course of 3 days. I want to do that again. That's something I used to do every 3 or 4 months. I haven't been able to do it once this entire year. I want to hop on my bike and ride up to the KFC buffet again like I haven't done for months. And just have myself a chicken buffet. I love KFC's chicken buffet. But I can't afford it. I want to get my fucking hair cut. I haven't had a real... And everyone's like, oh, I could cut your hair. No, you can cut my hair. You can't give me a haircut. There's 2 different things. Like I told John, I can clip someone's nails, but I can't give them a fucking manicure. There's a certain level of detail there that someone can't do by just buzzing your head with friggin' clippers, or just by snipping you with some scissors. I can do that shit. I want a fucking haircut. I want to go into a barber or a salon or whatever, sit down in the chair, have my hair professionally cut and thinned because my hair is thick as shit, give them my money, give them my tip, and go home and shower the frickin' barbs out of my body. Because hair is pointy and it gets in you, and it fucking hurts. And I want to... See, here's the thing. I don't mind having long hair. But anyone who's ever had long hair will tell you can't just have long hair. Growing out your hair doesn't just mean growing out your hair. You have to maintain that shit. You've got to get haircuts. You've got to clip a little bit of it back so that it can grow in fresh. My hair hasn't grown at all in over a year. Well, it has in the front, but I keep clipping that off because it keeps getting in my fucking eyes. The length in the back of my hair right now is the same length I had back in 2014. And probably the same length I had in 2013 because I haven't had any maintenance on my hair. I haven't had any maintaining haircuts where it's like, oh, do the front, do the sides, do a little in the back, blah, blah, blah. You know, no, it's just, And I want short hair, and I want to get regular maintenance haircuts. So that if I decide, you know what, I want long hair, then fuck it, I'll grow out my hair again. But if I want short hair, I don't want to be sitting here thinking, God, I wish I had short hair. You know? Right now, the closest thing I have to haircuts, and I do it at least once a week, is I will notice a particular strand of hair, or clump of hair, that is doing something I do not like it's getting in my line of sight, or it's falling in my face, or it's sitting in a way I don't like. So I grab that hair, grab the scissors, and fucking snip it off. And that's just the way things work. And I'm getting a little sick of it. This looks like an arena or an amphitheater. But I wanna have disposable income again. I wanna be able to... This November, and I could have done this too if Medicaid hadn't fucked me the way it had. This November, I was gonna pre-order Super Mystery Dungeon and Bravely Second. And I don't own those games. I should own those games right now, but I don't because of fucking Medicaid. I'll probably get them off Fingerhut if they're on there once I pay that bill. But for now, I got nothing. And I also want to be able to take some money to set aside to get a new 3DS, since mine's acting all sorts of fucked up. And I want to get a new 3DS, and I want to get a capture card for that 3DS so that I can LP 3DS games, because there's a lot I want to do. Because, to my knowledge, no working emulator exists for the 3DS, and if there is one, my computer probably can't run it. But, again, if I can get this job and I can make the hours that I'm supposed to make, and make the money I'm supposed to make, which isn't a lot of money, it's friggin'... I'm limited to $780 a month. Which, I'm willing to bet there's people in my audience who make that in 2 fucking checks, or 1 check if you've got a buy or tri-weekly paycheck thing. You're probably thinking, that's fucking pocket change, and to you it probably is. To me, that's literally double what I make. Or that literally doubles what I make, because I make $754. So to add $780 on top of that would be really awesome for me. But, yeah. I can basically bounce back from this if I get that job, or a job, period, because... McDonald's is the preferred thing, but it's not the only option I have. Matter of fact, the easiest option I have is Circle K, but I don't want to necessarily work late shift there because they can get robbed, you know? But then again, like my roommate told me, you could just lock up at midnight and frickin' deal with people through the window, you know? So, yeah. I mean, we'll just see how things play out. Like I said, Circle K is actually a much better shot for me because while I do have a friend who can recommend me to McDonald's, I have two friends and a friend of a friend who all work at Circle K who could basically do me up there, you know? So I've got a better shot at landing that job. So that's my second tier job, but it's a very real possibility that I could get it if I really wanted. If I really wanted. I don't want any of these jobs, but I need them, you know? Bleh? Fucking sheep orgy over here? What the fuck, guys? Do I have to let you out? I'll let you out. Here you go, animals. See, you know what's up. Look at him, he's so happy. He can see the sun again. You're welcome, little sheep. But, I lost Kisa, going back to that. But I got Oreo. Well, I had Oreo already, but then I got Winkles and Willow, and all three girls are now coexisting in my room. They're not necessarily getting along, but they're coexisting. I recently went through a health scare with the pets, because all of them started sneezing to varying extents. I'm thinking, oh god, please don't get upper respiratory. I can't afford that, especially for all three of them. But Winkles did it first, and then she stopped, and then Willow did it, and then she stopped, and then Rio did it, and kept doing it, and got worse, and but fortunately for me, it was Rio. That's not to say I don't love Rio, but Rio's the one who's insured. Rio's the one on the health plan. Because of that, Rio was able to get in to see the vet, and she was able to get her medication, and she recovered. She still has sneezing fits, but nothing like she was doing. Nothing out of the ordinary, in fact. She's eating again, she's drinking again, she's back in the room with the other girls. In a similar vein, I almost lost my mother. On Christmas of all days. I took some turkey into her, and for whatever reason, I was still in the room. I was waiting to go to McDonald's, because I had some stuff to do that day. But for whatever reason, I was still in there, and she started choking, and I'm kind of helping her, and I'm patting her on the back, and I'm trying to get her to breathe. And basically, she says that if I hadn't been in there, she probably would have died. So, that was close. Anyway, I'm stuck. Not stuck. I'm not stuck, but I'm stuck on Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I'm not. When I say stuck, I mean I can get past this. I just haven't attempted to. I really don't like Snake Eater. For reasons that you will hear at length in the LP itself. Because I make no bones about how much I hate that game. It's actually pretty similar to hearing me say anything about Final Fantasy 7 or 8. But not quite. You know what? Let's toss these. Yoink. Get some light here. Oh dear, that was stupid of me. Swish. Did they burn up? Did I burn in the sticks? I did. So yeah, lots of little things on my agenda. Gotta get one of these jobs. I don't care which one. I'm hoping for McDonald's, but I'll settle for a job at this point. You know, very important to me that I get those jobs. Because without it, I will not be able to afford my lights or my water or anything really, unless I get a roommate in here with a job or an income. Which apparently is easier said than fucking done. Those don't go there. They go there. Finally saw the Lego movie, and Unikitty is the most adorable thing I've ever seen. So yeah, now I want a little Unikitty. I believe it's entirely possible that I may have called Willow Unikitty at least once. Because she's kind of that perky, mildly insane play factory. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Really, Willow's more of a Pinkie Pie. She's just this fun-loving, ditzy creature whose sole purpose is to make everyone around her happy and have fun. That's kind of the attitude she has. Hi, little guy. You're horrifying. I'm gonna walk away from you. I'm about to say, oh god, please tell me he's not following me. I never want to see a spider that big. I never want to see a spider even the size of my hand, unless there's glass between him and me. So, what? Oh, I think that's water. Yeah, that's water. What is up there? Hi, cow. Think you're the goddamn king of anti-gravity, don't you? Okay, I'm cool with that. So, anyway, kind of stuck on Metal Gear Solid 3. I gotta force myself to play it. And I do, because I can't... The whole Metal Gear project stalls if I don't finish that game. Xenoverse is pretty much half done, and there's enough of it up that you're not likely... Even if I don't touch it until October, or at least September, you're guaranteed to have Xenoverse for 2016. Harvest Moon's pretty much the same way. Digimon World is like 3 weeks shy of having all of 2016 done. All of my games are so far along, except Metal Gear, that even if I can't get things up and running the way I want, you're not going to miss anything. You know? Metal Gear aside, and This Week in Kyrix, which will be back, by the way, aside, I could take a break for 4 months, and you'd never know I was gone. Because my videos would still go up on time, etc. And I'm kind of hoping it revitalizes my channel, because what with me just spending all this time bitching about, you know, my cat's health, and what with most of these This Week in Kyrix things being boring as hell, and also me talking about how much it sucks to be broke, my channel's been a little sparse. People have still been watching stuff, but not like I need them to, you know? So, hopefully, coming back to regular programming will be a huge boost to my viewership, and we'll see where it goes from there, yeah? Anyway, I don't even know how long I've been up to this for, but we will resume the normal This Week in Kyrix programming starting in 2016 on January 6th. January 6th of 2016 will be the first This Week in Kyrix episode of 2016. I will no longer be doing Minecraft. I will instead be doing The Sims 3 Pets. And hopefully I'll have good news for you all. I could keep going, but really there's not much point. Thank you for watching my channel. For those of you who've been here for a while, thank you for being with me. For those of you just showing up and sticking around, thank you for watching me. I love all of you. Happy New Year. Bye-bye, everybody.